conditions. Hey there, Central Ohio. I am meteorologist Michael Behrens alongside Jay Plyburn.
Hi, everybody. Hope you're enjoying the cold.
That's all we got for you, isn't it?
And there's more coming.
Yeah, there's more coming.
You think this is bad? Yeah, just wait.
Yeah, I mean, you're giving away the idea because it's just getting colder and colder and colder. I mean,
at least we've got a little snow to go with it, though. The snow makes it pretty, and it makes wintertime. It makes it. Well, it is the season for the cold and the snow, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, we missed out on it for Christmas, so we've got ground to make up in January.
Right.
It was so warm in December, and now it's just the opposite.
Starting off 2025, pretty chilly, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And we started this week off with a 10 TV Weather Impact Day, and that's the same way we're going to end this week. Another 10 TV Weather Impact Day in place as we head toward Friday. More snow on the way to Central Ohio, this time not for the morning commute, but for the evening commute. We'll be watching those snow showers push through the region once again as we end the day. Friday is going to be a slow drive home. Not as heavy as what we had earlier this week, but still impactful enough to slow things down. Today, your impact forecast not for heavy snow, but for light snow and slick spots across the region. We've seen temperatures that have gone below freezing, and they're just going to stay there. So areas are likely to refreeze, especially if they're not going to get continuously treated as more of that snow gets onto the roads, blows back onto the roads. And we could even add to some of that snow on the roads as we head throughout later today. So keep in mind, could see some slick spots out there. Temperatures early in this morning, we're hanging around in the 20s with feels like temperatures in the teens. And as we work our way into the afternoon, we're just not going to see much change to that. We're watching temperatures that make their way up to about the mid-20s here by 2 o'clock, and then we continue downward through the rest of the evening. Temperatures falling into the low 20s as we work our way through this evening. Light snow possible throughout most of the afternoon, but as we work our way deeper toward the end of the day, that's when we see a little bit of a peak out there. We watch those small snow chances, about 20% chance through most of the day into this afternoon, continue to rise by about, say, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. This little peak here is actually the possibility for some lake effect snow across Central Ohio. We don't get that a lot, but the winds are likely to land in a way that's going to give us a good shot at it later today. It's not the only chance for snow that we have. Again, we're watching that 10 TV Weather Impact Day as we head toward Friday, specifically Friday evening. Most of that snow gone by the time we head into Saturday, but we will have to watch a little of it. And then we see another shot at snow as we head through next Monday and into Tuesday. We will watch that snow chance drop temperatures once again. We get a little warmer over the weekend, but it's just not going to last very long. Here's a look at the satellite radar showing that lake effect snow as of earlier today. You can already see it going through portions of West Michigan down into northern Indiana. That same trajectory is what's going to take it eventually into Central Ohio as we head into this evening, and that lake effect snow could come with some accumulation. The hour-by-hour forecast here shows the flurry chances around throughout the day. This is mostly superficial, doesn't really change much in terms of snow totals on the ground. But as we head into the evening, that's when we could see some impacts out there. That darker blue band, if you're watching us this morning, this newest model data here, pushing that on a little bit further to the north. Earlier today, the models were projecting it a little closer to Delaware and toward Franklin County. What we've been talking about with lake effect, we're not super familiar with it here in Central Ohio, but these bands have a tendency to impact a very small area with accumulating snowfall, and they move around. Only about half a county, maybe a third of a county wide here, and any kind of wiggle in this band will result in big changes on the ground. These are the type of bands that you drive through, you have nothing on one side, a lot of snow in the middle, and you have nothing on the other side. And once that pushes out, our snow chances for the rest of the night into Thursday should be gone. So what are we talking about in terms of snow accumulation from this? Well, we could actually pick up some decent amounts depending on where you're at. Most of the region, only negligible snow going to fall from this particular band. But if you get under the right spot, you could get up close to an inch, maybe a little even closer to 1.5 inches, 2 inches, especially as you get more into northwestern Ohio, closer to Lake Michigan. You're going to be closer to the source of moisture. We'll be watching this band push through as we head through tonight. Again, not the only source of snow we'll be watching this week. That 10 TV weather impact day, that's in place for Friday as this particular round of snow pushes in. Here's 5 o'clock. You can see a lot of the moisture staying down toward portions of Kentucky, southern Indiana, but enough of that pushes into central Ohio that this is likely going to cause accumulating snowfall Friday evening. Of course, it's very cold. Anything that falls is going to stick out there for sure, and then this is going to push through as we head through Friday night, starts to exit by early Saturday morning, and then by the time we head into Saturday evening, we're back to dry weather across the region. That continues into Sunday as well, but then here comes that next system. We just don't stay quiet for long as we get into Monday. Another quick moving weather system bringing more snowfall back to the region. This pushes out as we head into Tuesday, but the backside of that brings us back into cold air. Here's your 10 TV weather 7-day forecast. We are having that, of course, that 10 TV weather impact day in place out there for Friday. Again, that is related to that snow we just showed you moving through for the evening commute. Between now and then, we've got flurries and the possibility for some lake effect out there today. So again, make sure you just are using caution. You may see some brief impacts to travel out there, especially if you're traveling, say, north of Columbus tonight. May see a quick drop in visibility of a real quick burst of lake effect snow that may make some slick spots on the roads. Temperatures, another concern out there. We're down to 10 out there by Thursday morning. It's going to be a cold start to the day. Temperatures will drop toward 6 out there by Friday morning, and then we get a brief warm up. We barely climb the ladder just a little bit. We are up into the 30s as we head towards Sunday and Monday. Those temperatures will fall again down into the teens and 20s as we head through Tuesday. We just don't really stay out of this cold weather very long. It's going to be kind of a cold blast across the region. So yeah, Jay, when it comes to the cold weather, we're just not going to get a break.
Ooh, my goodness, 2025 starting off on a very cold note. At this point, we're just looking to go above freezing.
Yeah,
and it doesn't even get there in the next week.
I mean, it'd be nice if we could get above freezing. I think some spots, central Ohio, especially south of 70, you may get to 32, 33. That's not going to do much for the snow, though.
Yeah, but some of that's very cold. Be prepared. just know that it's coming and be prepared.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, Jay, when it comes to this winter weather, sometimes you just have to embrace it. That's what the Franklin Park Conservatory is trying to do. It's hosting a new winter ice festival, January 16th through the 20th. There'll be ice carving competitions, ice skating, included in the price of admission. It all kicks off January 16th. Cocktails at the conservatory. We got a link for that, 10tv.com/featured links. Speaking of embracing winter, the Ohio Department of Transportation says they have still got crews on the road today in central Ohio working to keep those roads treated and clear. As temperatures dip later this week, crews are keeping an eye out for potential ice.
You might see some slick spots out there, especially on overpasses or ramps that'll often freeze first. So when you're on, a bridge or an overpass, just be sure to be extra cautious.
But, at a certain point, it does become too cold for the salt they're putting down to be effective, and that is possible in the days ahead. As you mentioned, it's getting very cold. Most of the work that can be done by salt stops at temperatures below 15 degrees. We are expecting those conditions Thursday and Friday morning. Yeah, it's cold. And when temperatures drop that low, you got to dress accordingly. Keep your body warm. Those conditions, make sure you put on 2 or 3 layers of warm clothing. So wear hat, gloves, and boots. But in the extreme cold, especially when you factor in the wind, you got to be dressed to the brim, including wearing face coverings. Doctors say people at risk for cold-related conditions like hypothermia and frostbite, the people most at risk for those are the elderly and the young. They encourage those groups to limit their time outside in the cold weather. Yeah, cold. Don't forget, preparing your car for the cold is something you can do to help keep you warm ahead of time, help keep you safe. Park your car in a garage, protect that battery, make sure it's charged and keep in charge. You also want to make sure the battery is clean and free of corrosion. Don't forget to check the tire pressure as well. Those tires drop when temperatures get cold outside.
It always sneaks up on me. Why is the tire pressure low? Well, it's because it's been so cold outside.
The best thing I've noticed with some of the new cars, you get out, you put the air in, it actually honks the horn at you when you get the air pressure right.
Really?
So you don't have to, you can put the gloves on, you don't have to look at the little gauge, the dial will keep track of it for you.
I have not seen that, but I love that.
A couple of news cars do it, and it's a great feature to have.
They're coming out with all sorts of good stuff with their vehicles.
Anything that keeps me warmer in the cold weather is
yeah,
a
exactly.
good
Stay
thing
out
to
of the
have.
cold.
Yeah, and one thing people really need to start doing in the cold weather when it comes to their cars is leaving room for snow plows. It's not a good situation when you crowd the plows. So far this winter, ODOT says they've already seen a spike in crashes. 16 hit already compared to just 22 last year. We are almost matching that number. Keep in mind, law requires you to slow down and move over for snow plows with flashing lights.
We really want to message to drivers to give our plows plenty of room to work. They're very large vehicles and they're often moving slower than the speed of traffic to do their jobs. So give them as much room as possible.
As a reminder, if you're out on the road while snow plows are working, it's the law to move over. ODOT shared this video of showing a truck spinning out right in front of a plow on the highway. That is a scary situation to be in. Icy conditions, of course, slowing down isn't just about your safety, it's about protecting everyone out there on the road.
Treat it like an ambulance, right?
Yeah.
Just get out of the way.
Absolutely. And speaking of some serious weather situations out there, an update on the ongoing wildfires out in California. In Los Angeles, firefighters have been battling a blaze. You can see some of the amazing video out there, just crazy video there behind us. They're trying to combat a blaze that is being fueled by what they're calling life-threatening winds.
Yeah, the Palisades fire now burning through more than 2,900 acres, forcing tens of thousands out of their homes. The situation only worsening overnight. Maribel Gonzalez reports from Pacific Palisades.
A dire situation here in the Pacific Palisades as more than 1,400 firefighters are battling this growing fire. The fire burning through 5 football fields a minute, reaching now nearly 3,000 acres. All of this while fire officials now also combating 2 other fires that have erupted overnight as those dangerous wind gusts continue to pick up.
It's literally apocalyptic.
In Southern California, a fight against flames fueled by unusually high winds. Thousands of people forced to evacuate from their homes in the Pacific Palisades, a neighborhood in Los Angeles.
When we were running down, you could see palm trees, just like random palm trees on fire. So I'm sure leaves are burning and falling down. And
a distressing scene as residents ditched their cars amid a traffic gridlock. Many left virtually everything behind to make their way out.
We got in the car to go, and then all the cars were abandoned, so I had nowhere to go, so I just had to get out of my car and start walking. The smoke is so bad.
California Governor Gavin Newsom declaring an emergency, securing a FEMA grant to help battle the quickly growing fire, which officials say has already charred through cars, structures, and homes.
There's no fire season, it's fire year, it's year round, and it's incredibly important that we heed the warnings, the calls, that we're not out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination.
Some coastal residents fleeing their homes for the second time in the span of a month after the Franklin fire ignited thousands of acres in neighboring Malibu.
And I've lived in Malibu my whole life, and I've seen tons of fires. I'm scared for my life. It's terrifying.
Right now, we do know that one firefighter has been injured, and adding to these growing concerns are downed trees and power lines. Hundreds of thousands of customers without power right now, and at this moment, this fire is 0% contained. Reporting from the Pacific Palisades, I'm Maribel Gonzalez.
Here's more video of those fires burning in California, and the scale of the devastation is truly impressive. Just to give you a quick check of what they're dealing with out there, I want to focus on the winds out in California. The wind speeds that we're expecting out there, forecast for today, 40 and 50 mile per hour winds. You can see that in these purples kind of surrounding Los Angeles. This is still going to be a very dangerous wind throughout most of the day Wednesday. The good news is the forecast as we head into Wednesday night and into Thursday, those winds do back down. One of the big things they've been contending with is the winds have been so high, they haven't actually been able to get aircraft in the air to help drop water or drop some of those fire retardant chemicals on top of this situation. And the winds have just made it that much worse. No surprise with the conditions they're seeing out in California. There's wind alerts in place, high wind warnings from San Diego all the way up through Los Angeles. You can see it continuing up through the mountains up there as well. Of course, following along with that are those red flag warnings. That one in place there for Los Angeles going to continue until Wednesday at 4 o'clock as of right now. Again, hopefully those winds back down and we can get some better conditions out there.
They gotta get some help out there. Just wild.
Absolutely. And switching gears now to some other impressive video, this time from outer space. A NASA astronaut captured the green northern lights from space recently. This happened on Sunday. NASA released the footage taken of the aurora borealis from above Canada.
So interesting to see it from that angle too.
Yeah.
Being that we spent a lot of time in Michigan, we saw lots of photos and videos coming in of aurora borealis there. But
You know, I got robbed when I was in Michigan. I always saw the photos of it. I didn't see it in person until I got here to Ohio.
I saw it. You'd already come down here.
Yeah.
I did see it in person, although I couldn't really see it with the naked eye as much as I could see it when I took the photos on my phone, aiming in the right direction, and then they showed up in the photos. But yeah, I never actually saw it with the naked eye.
There's
This
the
is
full
incredible.
screen of that. That is just wild video there. I've never seen anything quite like that from that angle.
Very neat.
Yeah, absolutely. Something a little closer to the weather back here at home. How about a giant snowball fight? This broke out among residents in Washington, D.C. after the first major winter storm hit. That was, of course, just this week. This is on Monday. Joyful Dog even joined in the snowball fight. They called it the Great Meridian Chill Battle 2025. There's that pop there. Organized by the D.C. Snowball Fight I didn't even know it was association apparently. Many federal offices and public schools were closed in the D.C. area after getting several inches of snow.
Now this is how you do it. Embrace the snow. Get out there. I don't know if I condone throwing snowballs at people, but if it's all
an
for
association.
Fun, it's an association.
Everyone
Yeah,
knew they
you
were
know what
getting
you're getting
into.
into when you go to a snowball fight. Have your face covered. Don't aim for the face.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't aim for the face. Oh, I mean,
You look like you're having fun out there.
I was gonna say, if that guy's got a mask on that thick, maybe you can aim for the
That's true.
snoot, I
Yeah.
guess you would call it.
Or snowman's always fun as well.
Yeah.
A little
I mean,
safer.
and we're going to get more snow later this week. So
Ready for it.
We'll have more coming our way. And speaking of that, that's going to be it for your Weather Plus show today. Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz is going to be here at 6 o'clock tonight. He'll be talking about more of that snow coming, not just tonight, but later this week on Friday. Make sure you want to tune in then. Till then, more weather online, 10tv.com. Have a great afternoon.